Hello, Guilders! Welcome into the Friday Timbo the Wizard Show. This is Timbo coming at you live from my corner of the multiverse, and I hope you're doing well in whatever corner of the multiverse you find yourself in this fine Friday afternoon. Welcome in, y'all. First off, let's start the show by saying thank you, Werewolf, for the subscription. 10 months of subbies. Thank you so much for that. Almost a full year. Truly beautiful. I hope you're enjoying that lovely 9 months badge. It's just a potion of gold right there to truly honor your support. Thank you again, Werewolf. But yes, welcome in everybody. So this is the first time we kind of I did a little workshop with this I'm in a cave. I did a little workshop with this the other day, and I thought it was fun. We did a little dev on stream. We were deving for we were doing the Caltrops core game, which I ended up not able to complete due to my poor lack of time management and work ethic. But I had a fun time on that one stream, so I figured, and I've had this on the brain for a little while, so I was like, let's go ahead and let's do this. I think this will be fun, and then we'll pivot around. Maybe we'll look at. I just got the new Multiverse of Madness, the new Marvel book. No, I got the new Mordenkainen's Foes book, basically, of new enemies. And I've been looking through that a little bit. There's something that I've already noticed, which I don't know really how I feel about just yet. My gut is telling me I don't like it, but we'll talk about that a little bit more. Maybe you'll be able to guess what it is that I don't like about it, but we'll see. And then also we've got this fun little D&D Twitter thing that I did the other day, which I said I was going to do on stream, and that was 5 days ago. So, probably about time to answer that if I had to guess. You can just say ADHD, Timbo. I mean, it's in the stream title. It's pretty. I know I've got neurodivergent on it. Do I have ADHD as well? Is that slammed in there? It is in there. I mean, it's all it's a core aspect of my branding at this point, I feel like. Speaking of, I think you would be into the Breathless Jam. It hasn't started yet, but it's going to be fun. Another simple rule set, mostly reskinning this setting. I will have to look into that. Yeah, Werewolf, whenever you get the opportunity, feel free to post. I mean, I could probably just look that up too. Breathless Jam. I don't even have this thing on it just yet. Breathless Jam. The first result is Breathless Jamaica. We're going to search only for Breathless Jam. Breathless Jam, it's out. Music's good. It's a little high energy. We might shift to something a little bit more relaxed as we get into it, but maybe that high energy will keep me productive. Who knows? Breathless is a survival horror role-playing game featuring dreading mechanics. Every skill check brings you one closer to more dangerous situations. Characters are talented and proactive, but the path that lies ahead of them is perilous. Interesting. Sounds a little bit like I don't know why I always do this. I'm just gonna convert everything that I know into something else. Yeah, it sounds exactly like Monster of the Week. You're just a horror guy, and you're in a spooky setting. You're in the spoops, But yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm curious to hear what the submitted game during the month of June. Interesting. Okay. Because I think that was really the thing that got me when I tried to do the Caltrops core jam, is that I think I tried to do something too large scale, and then at the end I was like, I should probably scale back and do something smaller, and then I just didn't have the spoons in order to put it to paper, unfortunately. Yes, I do. Thank you, Skelly. Oh, sweet. Thanks, Werewolf. You want to make a Muppet game who's been dropped into a Muppet world? That would be real fun. Oh, yes, and it is Goldmoon's birthday coming up as well. Yes, happy birthday to Goldmoon. It sounds fun. No spoons, only forks, yeah. I only have the desire to consume. I did also want to say, right, Goldmoon is not a Gemini. She is a Taurus as well. Yeah, sometimes I only have the desire to consume. I cannot spoon. Only consume. That should be that would make a great shirt, right? No spoon, only consume. Anyway, so let's let's go ahead and dive on into this one post. Doodad, what's it? All right. So let's shift on over. But yeah, I'll definitely look into that, werewolf. Thanks for the tip. You cannot spoon, only consume. Thanks, right? What am I? I'm a Leo. All right. So we got 9 likes on this bad boy. So we'll probably just go ahead and open this into a new tab just to make it a little easier for myself to reference. So if I were a D&D character, what race class would I be? So like my brain says elf. Oh, I should hold on. I gotta mark it a little bit. Answering these live on stream right now. http://twitch.tv/ this guy. Okay. So gotta do that self-promotion. It's a disease. Sunglasses. Okay. So so we're gonna say, oh wait, hold on, I want to pull it up here. Yeah. So 1. My brain says elf wizard, but my heart says gnome sorcerer. I think that's topical. Okay, next one. 2. When and how did you first discover D&D? When did you start playing? Oops, I just deleted it. I just closed it. 2. I started playing when well, what was the exact wording? When and how did you first discover D&D? Okay, so I first discovered D&D via pop culture and game and comic book stores. Am I caving still? I've gone back into the cave. I'm out of the cave now. I don't know how that happened. Thanks, Werewolf. Thanks, Raj. I don't know how that happened. Okay, so I first discovered D&D via pop culture and comics as a kid, which were things my dad was really into. The first real thing that got me into D&D though was the Order of the Stick web comic by Rich Burlew. I'm not even sure that's how you... Is that how you pronounce his name? Or Rich Burlew. With U. I started playing when I think I was 13? I was like a teenager, yeah. I was instantly hooked. 3. I went back in. I went back into the cave. How did that happen? Thanks, Goldman. Oh, so many years ago, right? Too many years to count, some might say. 3. What is your favorite race, class, subclass to play? Okay, that's a hard one. This is tricky. Race? I would say probably anything robot. Like Warforged or Modrons. I love that. I love that like kind of inherent outsider vibe. Inherent outsider vibe / perspective that comes with them. This is trick. It's a trick. Confirm 16. Gotcha. You got me. Dead to rights. How am I even streaming right now? Take my helmet off. Good one. Class. I really like classes that have roleplay elements inherently tied to them, like warlock or paladin, cleric, etc. Those elements really make the RP aspects elevate those concepts. 3 continued subclass. There are too many good subclasses. The plant? Timbo, I mean, every time I ask a question about how old it is, this is a trick. Oh, whoops. Shit. No, it's too late. He's gone. He's been committed to the eternal record. I'll forever be wrong. Subclass. There's too many good choices. And you can do so much. You can I just feel like I haven't played enough like as a character in order to be like, yeah, this subclass is my go-to. Just gonna say that. I will say, though, I'm enjoying my barbarian multi-class character, Tafnir. He's a lot of fun and a huge tank. Okay. View tweet. Okay, so 4. If you could improve any stat IRL or 2 stats half as much, which would you choose and why? Probably strength, con, dex, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Let's bump strength and con. I don't have enough wisdom. All right, next question. 5. In 3 sentences or less, what is your most epic moment from a game? Oh, 5. During a Curse of Strahd one shot, I was playing an level 11 level fighter using a flame tongue greatsword. I kicked off a wall and slammed a flying Strahd, knocking him prone to the ground. I then followed him to the floor and dealt over 75 over. I can't remember how much. I think it was like 130 damage. Evaporating him. That was pretty badass. That's pretty cool. Like a pretty cool moment. It was like pretty awesome. It was like pretty sweet. It was like the first round of combat. I jumped off of a wall. I slammed my sword into him. He just fell to the ground like a fucking little pancake. It was very Dark Souls. It was a cool moment. It was pretty sweet. How many of my characters have died in a game? If so, how? Okay, so 6. Let's think. Think. I have had 2 character deaths. One was due to a DM railroading me and another player, forcing us to take a DM PC when we didn't want to. Who then executed us with a trap. The other character was a paladin who made a deal with their deity to get a level up, or to get an increase in power for the final. Oh, I'll just put this in a new tweet. Continued. The other character was a paladin who made a deal with their deity to get an increase in power for the final battle of the campaign. Who, after the victory, he was forced to ascend to... What's the name of the Mount Celestia? Sorry, let me catch up with chat. And become a dragon. That was a pretty cool ending. I like that ending of that story, actually, because he was like, yeah, I'm going to sacrifice like my humanity so that way I can help my friends. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I became a dragon. It was awesome. Goldman was there for that one. Right, I could technically triangulate Timbo based on everything I know, but I respect his privacy. I appreciate it, Gilly. me just over here, just Ralph. I'm in danger. You weren't following me, Skelly? What? Oh, this is Anamanaguchi? No wonder it slaps. A point-based recognition program, and after 2 years, I finally had enough for an Apple Watch. Nice. That's pretty sweet, dude. You're good, Reg. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know you follow me. That's super weird. That is very strange. Okay, we were at 6, we're at 7. If you could learn any one cantrip IRL, what would you choose and why? Man, I'm gonna be boring and I'm gonna say prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. I spelled it right. Because I'm boring. And
do so many different things with it.
well, yeah, I guess that's true. It's very utilitarian. Not to mention you can embarrass people by making it sound like they farted. Which is truly the number one reason why you should always take prestidigitation if you get a free cantrip slot. 100%. The social scenario alone where that becomes relevant is very, very good. Perfect. I'm so proud of this community. How does this new layout look, by the way, chat? Tell me, is it looking okay? I was like 10 minutes before I went live, I was like, I want to throw I don't want it to just be the thing. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be the I don't want my dreams to just be dreams. No, I don't want it to just be a normal like text box. You know, I want it to look a little different. I don't know. Mission failed successfully. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, the little bottom part is purple. I kind of lined it up a little bit better. Yeah, I just messed with it a little bit, make the boxes look a little bit better. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks all right. I literally slapped it together like 5 minutes before the stream started. Okay, sorry. Enough distraction. Enough distraction, he said. Getting distracted again. Hold on, I gotta see what these 6 tweets are. Yeah, Alexander the Fine knows what I'm talking about. Order the stick is what's up. Okay. How does this look? Says this while moving all around. Yep, exactly. Is that not the most ADHD thing? Are there any particular stats you usually take high or low score in? Why? Not really. 8. Not particularly. It really depends on the campaign and character. Unoptimized characters can be a lot of fun. No. It will be a lot of fun to play for one shots. But in something long form, it can be a little bit of a drag. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even sure if I really answered that question correctly. Anyways, 9. Do you have a favorite die set? In particular, a favorite die? Post a photo. Oh, you know, I do actually. I'm going to answer this from my phone. My phone of a die. I'll share. What is this fucking song? It's just not. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm looking at the Twitter on my phone. There's so many little things at the bottom of it. Oh man, that's a lot of little doodads. Okay. Because I have this really nice like crystal gem D20 that I don't use very much because I don't really roll physical die because of COVID. But I really like it. And I have it on my phone. I just can't pull it up. And this is really behind. I don't know. Maybe it'd be easier to send my... This still says I have less than 1,000 followers on Twitter. I don't what's going on with my Twitter app? I guess it's been a while since I've used Twitter on myself. It's like, what is happening? My phone is like literally exploding as it's updating from like 15 days of not being connected to Twitter. Calm down, little guy. It's all right. You're going to get through it. You're going to be okay. Please do not take an active photo right now. This is a nightmare, chat. There's gotta be an easier way to do this. There we go, gallery. Gallery. There it is. Is there any questions? No, I only have the one. This is question 9. All right. And then I think we have had a last minute. We'll go ahead and update this real quick. I think we've had a last minute light come in. Here's the die in question. It's a D20 with the eye of the pyramid in it. I think it's made from moonstone. Not 100% sure. But yeah, I really like this one. And we've had a last minute light come in. Yeah, 10 now. How would you explain D&D to someone who knows... Oh, we got a second last minute light come in. How would you explain D&D to someone who knows nothing about it? Easy. 10. D&D is like when you were a child and you played make-believe with your friends outside. It's the same concepts, except gamified. We sit around and imagine a story together. Most players control one character. Another player is the referee. They are every other character, every other non-player. They guide the others in the adventure. There's more I could say, but like it's asking for like a basic. How do you explain someone with D&D that knows nothing about it? I think that's pretty good. We're not going for anything long-winded or nothing. Let's see. Speaking of physical dice, I do have a question. You should go to a game shop and play D&D in person. Do you find communal places where there are a good age range? Like, I'm always afraid of being the oldest person there. Oh, absolutely. Retchio, I 100% guarantee you that if you go to one of these D&D things, you will not be the oldest person there. Absolutely. There will definitely at least be a few boomers walking around in those places. 200%. There will also be several Gen Xers there, like, and there will be people that are younger than you too. Absolutely. Do you have any other friends that are with you in the local area? Because like I would maybe recommend, like, if you have another friend that's like local to you, or maybe if Kelly is interested in D&D or Jared or somebody like that, if they're interested, maybe have like a buddy and go with you. That could be fun. No. Well, I mean, I think, again, a good opportunity to make some friends, though, for sure. Mistratch, welcome in. Thank you for the subscription, my friend. Welcome in. How are you doing today on this fine Friday afternoon? Thank you so much for that sub. Yes, if you are feeling ever so generous, as Mr. has lovingly prompted me, if you're feeling ever so generous and you feel like supporting the magic, feel free to subscribe. You can also support the Ko-fi, which I think just got posted. But yeah, thanks again. I super appreciate it. None that have those interests. I mean, do they not have those interests because they've never played it, or do they not have those interests like because they've tried it and they're like, my God, it's up to 13 now. Okay, we're keeping it going. Because, you never know. Like, some people be like, oh, yeah, I don't like Dungeons and Dragons. And then they're like, I've never played it before. And it's like, man, you've never even played it? How do you know you don't like it then? Do you watch, read, listen to any D&D content online? Anything you want to recommend? Okay. Several things. I'm trying to tabulate now. This music's good. Most recently, I've been watching the Spelljammer 4-shot on the D&D YouTube channel, ran by Brennan Lee Mulligan, BLM, as I like to call him. Is his last name really Mulligan? His last name's not Mulligan. What's his last name? Exploits of the Golden Shadows. Have you heard of it? Come on, Mr. I'm dying because I'm doing all my makeup work. Ugh, that's gross. That sounds gross. His last name really is Mulligan? Wait, I thought I was just wrong. I thought I was just off the mark there. Okay. I also enjoy a fun little show called Exploits of the Golden Shadows. Check it out sometime. Winky face. And then I'm just gonna screw. No thread. Here it is. Just gonna post a playlist in there. Fuck it. Boop. Perfect. Okay. Cheeky. 12. If you could take any one feat IRL, which would you choose and why? Oh god, you're gonna make me look at the feats, aren't you? D&D Beyond. Kelly and Jared are super busy, and the people I know I'm not really close enough to like even feel comfy bringing my interest up. That sucks. Winky face? That sucks, dude. Thank you for the thank you for the quote. In November 2015, Mulligan was a contestant on the American version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and won $50,000 after incorrectly answering the $100,000 question. Wow. Yeah, Raj. You know what? I rescind my advice. Just fucking do it. Do the be Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Don't let your dreams just be dreams. Just do it, and then flexing. Do that. Let's see. I mean, I know this is. I would probably take. I'm already thinking like magical adept, right? Like give me or whatever the magic initiate, because then I could take. You get a. You learn 2 cantrips. You learn 2 cantrips, and you get a first level spell. That is so fucking good, right? Like, think about how strong that is. So you can learn 2 cantrips, prestidigitation, and something damaging, right? And on top of that, you can get Find Familiar. Right. And isn't that good, right? Find Familiar has so much utility to it. You can warg into it. You can, like, do all kinds of stuff with it. That seems real good. I almost, like, what else? Oh, Observant. You're real good at looking at things. What the fuck? That's not useful in my everyday life. I'm already observant. It's called ADHD. Dude, run a game for Kelly. No, she wouldn't. Maybe she would. I don't know Kelly that well. But, you know, maybe just show up to their place and be like, we're going to play D&D. I'm going to get you hooked. I brought you a little teaser. She would say no. What's the one that lets you learn? Oh, telepathy? Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty strong. Strixhaven mascot. You can cast Find Familiar. Your ritual can take the form of the mascot associated with the college you chose for the Strixhaven Initiate feat. A spirit statue mascot, an elemental mascot, a fractal mascot? Damn, that's so topical. Werewolf. An inkling mascot, a pest mascot. Wow, it's cool. Holy shit, that's neat, dude. Wow, what a neat creature. All right. So, 12. Either Magic Initiate to getting 2 cantrips. Chantrips. Could be Prestidigitation and something damaging. And first level spell, which could be Find Familiar. 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 There we go. Or telepathy. That also seems like a lot of fun. Okay. 13. This is like really the first time I've had one of these like pop off like this. Like usually I post these and like I don't get very much traction. So it's cool to see people be like, yeah, this is neat. 13. If you could choose any one spell and cast it once per day, which would you choose and why? Okay, so Wish is the obvious one, but that's boring because it's just like, oh, cast any spell. Wish is the obvious one. But that's a little boring. I think it would be more fun to cast something like there's like this one spell that's like a magical feast. Hero's Feast. Hero's Feast, 6th level spell. You bring forth a great feast, including magnificent food and drink. The feast takes an hour to consume and disappears at the end of the time. The beneficial effect don't set until this hour is over. Up to 12 creatures can partake in the feast. I think this will be fun. Let's say Hero's Feast. Part Hero's Feast, on the other hand, you're partying every day and have food to share. Poggers. All right, amazing. This is fun. This was a lot of fun. I like that. All right. I think we're at it. I think we're at it. I think that's it. I think yeah, we did it. We did it, chat. Did I get rid of my applause? I guess I did get rid of applause. I guess I've got what happened to this. There it is. We did it! It took a minute, but we got there. Mordenkainen's Magnificent Manor. That's a pretty good one, too. Thank you, Mistrich. Amazing. All right. Fantastic. With that, let's go ahead and dive into like the actual what we're going to do today on the stream. So D&D Devil Fruits. Thank you, Mistrich. So, let's start out by talking about like a little bit about like what devil fruits are. So devil fruits. Oh, my keyboard not want to work now? Hello? Devil fruits. So what is a devil fruit? So for those of my friends out here that don't watch One Piece, a devil fruit is a special it's a special type of fruit that once eaten, two things happen. One, you lose the ability to swim for the rest of your life. Touching seawater causes you to lose energy. And two, you gain abilities associated with the type and subtype of devil fruit. Now, even in the course of the manga and the show, the as far as I'm aware, the origin of devil fruit is still pretty mysterious. Like nobody really knows what is going on with them, except for the writer, naturally. Yeah, right, werewolf. I was like, wow, this is so topical. I can't believe like there's a fractal familiar in D&D. That's super cool. You didn't even know devil fruits had subtypes, right? So, so let's get into that. So types of devil fruit. There are 3 main types of devil fruit. The first type is Logia type devil fruit. So Logia, these are elemental type devil fruits. Considered the most powerful. Inherently strong devil fruit. What is this? What is this? What is this horn? It sounds like someone's fucking sharding into my ears. What the fuck? Terrible. Next track. Considered the most inherently strong devil fruit. These give you, not only do they give you like mastery over firepower, over the elemental ability, not only do these give elemental mastery of said element, they also allow the eater to the user's body also becomes made of the element. Example. For example, the flame fruit causes its user, it allows its user to turn into flame. And as a result, it makes it very difficult to hit somebody like that. The second type of devil fruit is Zoan type devil fruit. Now, Zoan type devil fruit is much different than Logia type. Zoan type devil fruit are bestial themed. And these have multiple types and subtypes associated with them. So, for example, you could have before we even get into the different types, usually they come with 3 forms. Usually devil power holders have 3 forms. A human form, a beast form, and a hybrid form, where they have aspects of both. This type of fruit has further specialization. I knew it with that. For example, the snake fruit can come in python or python, anaconda, cobra, etc. Sub varieties. These affect the power holder's ability. My roommate agreed to go with me sometime in the future to a tabletop. Yeah, good job. Good job, Rachku. That's good. Another thing about devil fruit. Only one devil fruit can exist at any given time. If the power holder dies, the fruit regrows somewhere in the world, which is a big deal, right? So that's how they know about, that's how they're able to identify devil fruits before somebody eats them. That's another thing. You gain abilities associated with the type of devil fruit, type and subtype of devil fruit. You also gain you gain like inherent knowledge. I'm using the word inherent a lot today on how the ability works. Thanks, Rich. That hit me like a the title hit me like a bolt of lightning. Power holders, abilities, and forms. And then the final type, the third type of devil fruit. This one, the last one, is kind of like a catch-all. And this is called paramecia. Paramecia devil fruit type. So paramecia devil fruit type is basically every other type of devil fruit power. So these don't really abide by any strict rules. Strict rules or formatting. These ones are basically like the creator is like, I want to do whatever the fuck I want, and I want to give this person whatever the ability I want. ADHD indeed. Indeed. In D&D. In ADHD indeed. Man, how many times can you mash that together? So, paramecia devil fruits are these range from fucking all over the place. Okay, so for example, this is Luffy's ability. Luffy is a rubber man. Is made out of rubber. There's a pirate named Captain Buggy who is literally a clown. Who ate the chop fruit, and his body comes apart in segments. When you cut him, he doesn't break. Instead, he just kind of floats around. Buggy's body can come apart at segments and float around. ADHD indeed. I'm dying. Who's another one? Robin Nico. Can make parts of her body flower anywhere, etc. So paramecia types, they don't follow any form of basically like any form of constraint or limitation that the other forms of devil fruits do, right? Like there really is no one size fits all way of measuring it. I think this is so in terms of design principles, because that's kind of why I wanted to write this out here. I should probably date this too. The reason why I wanted to write this out here is because this is kind of like what our design principles are going to be like for designing it. Like these are the core vibes. You know what I mean? This is like the core concepts that are from the show that I think are really interesting, and we don't have to necessarily take them one for one, but this is the basis of the inspiration, I guess. the next thing that I wanted to do was let's talk about design, like what we're actually wanting to achieve with this. So like what I want is like I want to be able to so let's, I guess we'll call these design, is conceits the right word? Design conceits. We'll call these design experiences instead, because that's really what I'm wanting to exemplify in this moment, right? I really want to design stuff with the concept of how it's going to be experienced, like at the table, you know what I mean? So let's talk about like what are some like cool things that you could that would be neat to see, that's like from something like One Piece or anime and stuff that has these like power holder abilities that would be really cool. So like for example, like I feel like with this, like it's a pretty core facet of how people fight in these kinds of shows, right? And in One Piece, like if somebody is a power holder, that's like a core aspect of how they fight. So I would like it to be, if we're going to be going down that path, I would like it, like I want to be able to layer in devil fruit abilities with current abilities. You know what I mean? Like I think it would be really interesting to be like, the devil fruit is giving you additional stuff that's like modifying it thematically and narratively, but it's just adding on extra layers to what you've already got, if that makes sense. So adding abilities should add narrative, or should add thematic elements to a character's already existing abilities, right? So because I think that's kind of like one of the compelling questions in the show, as well as like, what if this person who's really, really strong gets their hands on a devil fruit and they become even more powerful, right? So I think that would be a really interesting like way to show it as well, like, and how it could like manifest itself, I guess. So I think, like, so for examples of this would be like, flame, fire being added to basic attacks, fire damage being added to basic attacks, maximizing fire spells, then for something like Luffy, right, like increased range, let's say like for increased basic range with if stretchy. What's up, Zarkra? You know it. Welcome in. We are doing One Piece D&D stuff. So we're talking about, like, I'm thinking about basically different ways that I can make this bigger too. I really don't need this. Can I just minimize this? Doesn't seem like I can. We're talking about basically like what it would look like conceptually if something like akin to devil fruits were in D&D. I'm trying to be careful. I know you're like you're just at the end of Thriller Bark, and so I'm being careful about what I'm saying. Also, so right now we're talking about design experiences. I'm super excited to hear what you're going to think about what happens next. I'm amped for it. So we're talking about design experiences right now. So abilities should add thematic elements to characters' already existing abilities, like fire damage being added to basic attacks, maximizing fire spells, increasing basic range of stretchy, that kind of stuff. I'm also thinking that, like, downsides need to be to make sense. Lack of swimming isn't that pressing in context of a, or not on the sea, right? Like, it needs to be something that can be, like, actively considered detrimental, and I think that that makes sense. What are some other design aspects that, like, I want? I really like the idea, like, as the show progresses, the characters, especially those devil fruit power holders, they really hold on to their, like, or they themselves, like, level up their abilities, right? Like, they increase in strength as the show goes on. Yeah, the mastery aspect, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. So, like, the ability needs to increase in power as you do. Needs to scale. And I think the best way to do that, potentially using tiers, using player tiers, level tiers. I think that would be a good way to do it. So for those of you who don't know, D&D is currently broken up into 5 different tiers, I believe, depending on level. Levels 1 through 4 are D&D level tiers. Yeah, tier 1 through 4. Tier 1 is 1 through 4. Tier 2 is 5 through 10. Tier 3 is 11 through 16. Oh, and I guess there's only 4. I guess that makes sense. So there's 4 tiers of play, and I think that having the abilities that you get increase on depending on the tier that you are would make a lot of sense. There's an RPG that's coming out that's One Piece? I didn't know that. Oh, thanks, Arcray. Yeah, I really like it. I'm really glad with the way that it came out. Yeah, definitely. Because I think that's definitely the vibe as well in the show, right? Where it's like fits in spurts of ability, you know, and it increases, you know, that are significantly stronger. It's not just like small incremental stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like once they've hit onto this new tier, it's like they're much stronger. Yeah. Weapons of Legacy. I think I've heard of that, but I don't think I've ever seen that one. But I did pick up a DM's Guild thing called Ancestral Weapons. This was several years ago that I'm also kind of riffing on a little bit there, where it was like this concept of like you get this item that you get this weapon that's been passed down to you, and as you level up and go from tier to tier, it increases and scales with you as well. And I think that there is like, I think that is kind of an aspect that I would like to have in this. So like, because personally, I think that this would be considered like an artifact or legendary level item at the very minimum, right? But I think it's much more interesting and compelling to give higher level gear to lower level characters and have them have downsides and level up into themselves. You know what I mean? There was another thing that was also added recently with the Fizzbands book, which I haven't read yet. But as far as I'm aware, the Fizzbands like one has like a thing about dragon shards becoming aware based on like being in a dragon's hoard, like the dragon from sitting on it for such a long time and it being in the dragon's hoard, it becomes like psionically activated and has like magic as a result of that, which is kind of cool. And that is also based on tiers. So I think there's like a bunch of different stuff there. It was a book of items that the weapons could have been base powers, and as you completed quests from the item's history, it increased in power. That's sweet. Belong to a priestess of Alana, you might have advantage on attack rolls versus orcs after you defeat a cleric your level or higher of Gramash. Neat. That is cool. I think that's really neat too, because that gives both you, the player, and you, the dungeon master, a lot of like things to springboard from. So I think that's a good aspect too. Like I think I want there to be like a springboard potential for other I'm not sure how this would look. For other quests. But I'm not really sure how that would manifest in this specific concept. But I'm going to put that on the board anyways. So, let's talk about just basic concepts. So I'm thinking power that is derived from the devil fruit, or from the, I'll just put devil fruit, or from the fruit, whatever, is based on tier level. And then where's that chart? And then we can even give it abilities at those higher level tiers that make it like more like relevant, right? So tier 3. I just want it to be uniform. Tier 4. Okay. As it increases, as the holder increases in level, the devil fruit abilities, or the powers, should increase in strength. On like, I'm almost thinking on like magical, like a magic item level. Based on magic item level. So, level 1 to 4 would be an uncommon level item. Level 5 to 10 would be rare. Level 6 would be very rare, or level tier 3 would be very rare, and then level 4 would be legendary. With the idea that as the tiers increase, like as you go from one tier to the next tier, you get additional stuff, and the first stuff that you got becomes more powerful and tiers up until, so that way it is balanced. Does that make sense? Does that line up? I think that makes sense, right? So like the idea is that it's like an additive, thing, which really goes forward and shows that the player, or that the character is attaining mastery over this thing. So for example, flame fruit. Tier 1, plus 1d6 damage on, plus 1d6 damage on all attack. Use reaction to take half damage from one source. Proficiency number of times equal to proficiency bonus rounded down. Tier 2. And then we'll just up this to, I don't know. I don't know balancing. We'll have to actually look at some actual like weapons and stuff to see what the actual like what a rare weapon would be doing at this point, right? Reaction thing equal to proficiency bonus instead. Per reaction defense times equal to proficiency bonus. So obviously, like, this has become more powerful, and then in addition to that, they've also gained a proficiency bonus. They can do it as a number of times equal to proficiency bonus instead of half the proficiency bonus, and then maybe also gain a fly speed. As you become intangible, right? Maybe it's like a fly speed equal to half movement. Yeah, only one fruit per person. Yes, I have that denoted up here. Only one fruit can exist at any given time, and if the power holder dies, the fruit regrows. I mean, it's like it's not really very clear in the show either what happens when you eat more than one. Other than it was like denoted that somebody might that like one of the guys was really, I think that was during the Water 7 arc where there was like they were CP9, they were like presented with some devil fruit options, and one of them was real scared because he was already a power holder and he was like, it's gonna kill me. And then I think it was Rob Lucci, he was like, you fucking idiot, that only happens if you eat it. And he was like, oh yeah, I think that's a real fun idea. Downsides for eating more than one. Interesting monsters, maybe? Because this is like, I gotta go use the facilities real quick, so I want to leave this concept with you before we take a brief little break. But one of the concepts that I've got is that I've got Spelljammer on the brain, so I'm gonna be designing. This is going to go in a Spelljammer style direction. That's the setting that we're going to be putting this into. So I'm kind of thinking that we're going to do some kind of like, maybe there'll be like void parasites or something like that. Like they're creatures from like an eldritch realm or something, and they bond with the user and give them the user the abilities that we would know as devil fruit powers. And there could be some real interesting complications that happen if you try to bond with more than one elemental or more than one of these void creatures. That's kind of the idea that I'm going towards currently. But we're doing a little bit of setup so that way we can see we can get this nice good basis for it, I think. But yeah, we are going to take just a brief 5-minute break. We've been going for almost an hour and a half at this point, and I have to use the little wizard room. But we will be back very briefly. We're going to run some little shout outs and such. So stick around. If this is your first time hanging out as well, make sure you drop a follow so you can know when we go live. We've also got a Discord. We got D&D stuff. We got all kinds of stuff going on. But yeah, thanks y'all. We'll be back very briefly. Stick around.
My souls are down there. Okay, I can maybe sneak up to him and then just run away. Silence. Oh, come on. Where do you come from? Well, roll stealth. critical failure, basically. For me, not the one. Ew.
They just popped my totem? No, but they're there.
Same, girl. I'll lie to a cop. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. This will be better. This will be better for us. Shoes are giant and they clip, and that's not gonna work. Okay, maybe something like this would be better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. My sim.
So they'll probably get both, as long as there's enough bars, which there should be. So I'm gonna be switching over to Spelunky for just a little bit. I'm gonna save this story where it is. Oh, did y'all see that? I've never had that happen before.
Alrighty, I am back, chat. Okay, so where were we? Okay. Yeah, World of Horror is real good. World of Hair? That's something else. So I'm thinking, and then maybe for like tier 3. You get plus, I don't know, plus 46 damage. Maybe 6 fire damage. There you go. Tier 3, 46 fire damage. Then flight at normal speed. Oh, and I guess like at this point you should probably get like maybe we'll cut this one. I don't know. We're already worrying about balance, which is not a good place for me to be. I think plus 66 fire damage is pretty cool. And then we'll make this one fly at normal speed at the high tier stuff. Because I think, well, I actually have no idea. We'll find out. I think balancing is always going to be the tricky spot, so I'm just going to try my dig dang best to just not fucking worry about it. Know what I mean? And then we can call this, we'll say this is resistance to fire damage. And we'll say here is immunity to fire damage. What about setting elemental and beast transformation ones to the same effect? No matter which fruit you have, they do the same thing. That is kind of where I'm at as well. I'm thinking like having it be like standardized. Yeah. I think because like that is like a real straightforward way of doing like these more elemental and bestial themed ones for sure. And I think the downsides need to be pretty significant as well, right? So for this one, let's say, example, we'll use buffalo mode or bison mode. Has all shape shifting work on the same spells? Beast form 1, beast form 2, beast form 3. Oh really? How interesting. So instead of it being like druids have wild shape, and then there's also polymorph, and then there's also like the better version of polymorph, instead it's just like druids have access to this beast form spell. I'm a wild shape. Watch out. Watch out for my wild shape. And my eyes. So when the class ability is like wild shape reference, you can use beast form 3 without casting a spell. Interesting. And draconic swords get dragon form 3. Oh, that is cool. That does seem a lot easier, doesn't it? I think also like I don't know. We'll dance back to it, but I also have this like idea like maybe there's like a minimum amount of damage that is always done like by the fruit, right? Maybe it's like it does a minimum of 5 fire damage always whenever it hits. What's the average of 2d6? That's 5, right? 3.5. Well, it's 7. So slightly below. And then this will say, I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting. I'll just leave that there as a vestigio. We'll see. Thank you, thank you, Zarkray. Yeah, it was hot when I went outside last week, and that sounded real bad when I said it out loud. Okay, so let's talk about Zoan types. Okay. So I'm not even gonna bother bringing human form because that's pretty basic, pretty obvious. So instead, we're just gonna talk beast form, and we're gonna talk hybrid form. So I'm thinking that like, well, let's look. Is there a bison stat block? The wiki. What about cattle? I swear I just saw something about cattle. Well, I mean, I live in Florida and COVID's like real bad here. Despite everybody acting like it's fine, despite everybody walking around like it's fine, I went outside last week, and during said drive, when I was outside, I tried very, very hard to look out the window to see if there was a single person on the street wearing a fucking mask, and I think I saw one, and it was around his fucking chin. So I'm just waiting for. And then just imagine me gesturing at the entirety of Florida. I'm just waiting for it to get its shit together, hopefully, and maybe I'll be able to actually go outside again. What a novel concept. Oh boy. Oh boy, can't wait to get that vitamin D. Monsters of the Multiverse. From the Sun. Here we go. Cattle. That's not a cattle. This isn't a cattle at all. Here we go. You're still not a cattle. This is not a cattle. Look at this boy's tongue. Damn. Get over here. Here we go. Rock. So surprisingly, I'm not seeing anything here about like, here we go. There we go. Beast of Burden. I like that. So I think we'll definitely co-op that, right? Beard masks, yeah. That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Like I'm a natural weapon like claws or something like that. That levels up as you continue, right? Mm-hmm. That's true. I've got the N95 masks, but I did notice that on the website. Those Beard Sorcerer beard masks are real cool. Texas is just as bad. Yeah, I believe it. Beard, beard, beard. Exclamation point beard in the chat to get a link to our sponsor where you can get fine, high quality beard products. And if you are an individual who doesn't have a beard for whatever reason, I'm sure there are bearded individuals in your life who would love it. They would love it. Also, if you don't have a beard but you like smell, check it out. There's like a lot of really good smelling stuff in there too. You know, you might be surprised. You have 0 beard capabilities. It's not. Yo, Zargrade. I used to think that I couldn't grow a beard either, and now I have a beard. It's amazing how it works. Usually just through the passage of time. But no, I thought it was the same way. I was like, oh my god, my facial hair is so patchy and disgusting. Ugh, I'll never be able to grow a thick, luxurious beard. And I'm about halfway there. I have not bought the oil yet. I'm still deciding which one I want to pick up. Cause like I like the smells, but I'm a little nervous that it might be too much all the time. So I'm thinking about getting Stealthcraft, which is their scentless oil. I also was so now we're talking about beards. So I was also reading online that on their website they have like a bunch of real cool information about beard products, like other than just oil. There's like cream and balm and stuff, and like I was reading through it and I was like, apparently cream is actually the best like kind of product for my length of beard, I think. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get the cream, see what that's like. International USD $99. Wow, holy crap. Slap him in a foot bath. Oh, that's a good idea too. You want to keep it that way? Honestly, like, I like my beard on my chin, but the rest of my face, I could do without. You know, if I could just make it so like my cheeks never had to grow hair again, that would be great. Or like my fucking chin line, that'd be ideal. Just the goatee. You should, Skelly. I bet you'd look badass with a beard. Let's be honest. It's COVID. Now's the time for it. All right. So, okay. So, so we've got the 2 modes, right? We've got hybrid mode, hybrid, and beast. So I think beast, you should just be able to, you full shape change. And you could stay in this form equal to like proficiency bonus, number of hours equal to proficiency bonus. Does that make sense? Or do you think that's too long? I feel like I'm just like a little nervous. I don't want to step on on too many different class toes. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I'm like, is this? I mean, how different is it to like a wild shape ability, right? But it's pretty different because it's only the one creature. Whatever, we'll worry about it later. Can wild shape into a bison for proficiency for half proficiency bonus in hours, rounded down. You gain an additional natural melee weapon, either horns, claws, or teeth. Which deal, and then I think you just like, let's look at monk real quick. So when does the monk die increase? So monk die starts at a D4 and increases D6. I think we just followed that. Yeah, it is by tier. Which deal 1d4 damage and can be used as a bonus action. And then we'll give the human form because I really like that little thing, human form. To give you beast of burden. Because I think it's cool to have. I think having like a minor thing, like maybe some roleplay thing or something for the humanoid form one could be compelling. Like there should be some, like, I think kind of physical characteristic that you cannot avoid if you in human form that you cannot avoid if you choose to eat this fruit, right? I'm just copying out the formatting to make it easier for myself. Yeah, something like that. I don't want it to be like too specific because I want people to be able to make their own like stuff, but like yeah, like becoming extremely hairy or something is a good example. That's kind of what I'm noticing as well, Werewolf, that number of times equal to tying things, specifically people are tying stuff to proficiency bonus as well, which is another thing that is affected by tier too, right? So I think it's really coming back to tiers and that kind of stuff. I would absolutely agree. Oh, it looks like more people have liked the post. One more person. We'll go back to that real quick. Hold on, let me switch back to the BRB screen. Maybe you are extra vulnerable to water damage for drawbacks. I think that, yeah. I mean, I think that there definitely should be some other downside. Like, I think that's a good point too. Like, I think that having a compelling weakness is really interesting. Let's go ahead and shift back to this. So we'll put that into the design concepts. Compelling weaknesses. Fire is weak to ice. Lightning is weak to rubber, etc. There isn't water damage. Hit it with a splash attack. 14. In 3 sentences or less, what is your most epic fail from a game? Go this way. A most epic fail. Did it say specifically happen to me? My most epic fail. Fuck. Trying to think of. I never fail. I'm like perfect at everything, so it's real hard. No. It's tricky because like most of the time my failures don't really stick in my head as much as my fucking sweet successes. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. And this one's actually gonna stump me, dude. Thanks, Raj. Which part? Which part's very mature? I mean, I've got enough of my other failures in my brain that are absolutely filling that space to the brim. I don't got enough space for D&D failures as well. I got enough real failures to worry. I remember my success in D&D more, not in the real world. I don't got time to be worried about my failure in a fictional video game. Or fictional tabletop game. I'm too worried about my real life failures. That's my secret, Cap. I don't. I just don't play enough very much either, right? Oh, I got it. This is easily the moment when I was running an adventure with a doppelganger that had taken that was pretending to be an NPC, and I accidentally referred to it as the doppelganger. The doppelganger. That's a good one. Meanwhile, I obsess over every little detail that could be interpreted as going wrong. God, that's a mood too, Zarkray. Jeez. All right. So, I mean, like, obviously, like, the way to increase this is just an additional, increase the damage die on this, right? So we'll say here, you can use an action to shift between forms. And then we'll make tier 2 we'll say this one is also you can use an action. But then, and when you get to tier 3, you can use a bonus action. Oops. Bonus. Bonus. I was running D20 Modern and was having them break into a house and was like, the guy lurches at you and doesn't seem to be hurt by your bullets. And then I was like, the zombies turn. That is the most relatable thing. How many times, like, when you're playing as an NPC or they're a monster or something, and you're like, and then it's the monster's turn, and you're like, oh shit, the party didn't know what the monster was until I just said it. Whoopsies. Welcome in, Jonas. Yeah, we are doing Devil Fruit. I'll give you a little shout out. Make sure to check out Jonas, aka JTTG, if you haven't. Real funny dude. Real funny guy. Yeah, we're doing Devil Fruits today, so I'm thinking. So I've got Spelljammer on the brain a little bit, and I
promise not to slow you down.
And my brain has also gone. That's a great example. A great excuse to do One Piece in space. So we're kind of going over just Devil Fruits in general and different vibes and stuff, and like what that would look like in the concept of D&D, right? And how that would work, because like D&D is already like very much like a very like super powered like role playing game. You know what I mean? The clipboard? Okay, cool. And so as a result, like I want to have something that kind of comes across that way. This is a little much. I wanted to come across that way, and I wanted to be able to take the vibe. Indeed. Sorry, didn't mean to wreck the mood, Rich. I like dubstep too, to be honest. I like me some good techno, just like not while I'm monologuing. Something a little chiller. Sorry, Rich. But if you want to check him out, it was, what was it? Ultra Beam Must Die, or by Must Die. Now I like me some dubstep too. Don't worry about it, Zarkray. No, don't worry about it. You're comfortable when other people are comfortable with music. Cue Virtual Self. Is that a song? Is it a band? Exactly, Jonas. Exactly. We're like at a rave trying to play Dungeons and Dragons. Can you real quick, can you read for me that spell description? Wob 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 wob. Wob 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 wob. Oh yeah, so that's gonna do 3d6 fire damage. Yes. Porter Robinson side project. Porter Robinson. Why does the name Porter Robinson, all I can think of is the I think you should leave guy. I think that's somebody else though. That's what Shantae plays. Elder Dubois. Yeah, so true. Post that in the inventing new in D&D raves and ravages. That would be sick. That's Tim Robinson. They're both Robinsons though. They're both, at least I wasn't super off base. Oh man. I guess Robinson is a more popular name than I had anticipated. Skelly, post that in the Disky. Post that in the jukebox channel. I'll check it out later. And right, before you ask, no, I have not listened to Corpse Killer or whatever it was yet. I might I kind of forgot about it until this moment. All right, so let's talk about like. So I think that let's go back to Zoan fruits. So I think that the basic like the concept of like having a natural melee weapon, I think that fits in with thematic abilities. I think that wild shape also fits with that, because I think being like the ability to use your like character traits and stuff while you're in that form also, like, I think that still counts, you know. I'm also going to say, so I think that for this, the weapon increases to a D6. It is also considered like, this seems like a very basic thing that you can give damage. And then same with the beast. All attacks in this form are considered magic damage. Right? Like, that's a real basic thing that you can give to like your druids and like your pet familiars and stuff like that at 6th level. At 5th, 6th level, your attacks are magic damage and they aren't subjugated to damage resistance. I mean, I didn't listen to it, so I wouldn't know. I'm just like over here. His music, oh wow, the music is DMCA free. That's amazing. Thanks, Kelly. Corpse Killer or whatever. It seemed relevant to me. We're talking about music. It's a music. One music is another music. Is music. I mean, what more do you want from me? That's how my brain works. Association made. Oh, man, that feeling of drinking ice cold water and it's just like, yes, freeze my insides. I've turned into the ice machine. Absolutely. Daywalker. Is that what you were talking about? I can't even remember at this point. It's too many days ago. A music rave devil fruit. I mean, I feel like that's pretty, like, that's a pretty good one. Okay, let's make another section of the chart. Basic concepts, power, ideas. And then we'll, from there, going to make another list. God, I love lists. No, don't do that. Why is it like this? Why are you like this? I have such an issue with this fucking... Like, what did I even do wrong? I didn't even do anything different. So confused. How does one format? God, I've been using like word processors for over like a decade at this point. Like, and that's being like more than a decade at this point. And I still have some shit with that. God damn it. I just want it to look like the rest of the dumb document. What did I didn't even do anything different here. Power ideas. See, that's acting normal. Why when I do it here, it hates it. No, it still doesn't like it. Fine, keep your secrets then, word processor. But I love sorting stuff. I hate sorting stuff so much. You wish it was Corpse Killer? No, I'm just suggesting. Skelly? No, I don't think there's been a Dance Dance fruit yet. Dawn Blink Daywalker by Machine Gun Kelly featuring Corpse. Oh. Like that Act 2 of your treatment I never finished reading. Oh, I did end up reading that Alita, that message, by the way, Raj. I just never... I forgot. I remembered to read it. I forgot to say something, but I did read it. I'm out of water. I'm out of water. Give me 1 second. I gotta go get my hydrate on. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't say anything. I totally just forgot. That's my bad. I meant to say something. I thought it was nice. I thought it was cute. Ability to make people dance. To compel people to dance. I like that. Oh my gosh, little Frankie! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, little Frankie. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, it was sad and cute. I think things can be true, right? Little Frankie raid. Yeah, welcome in, little Frankie. Final Fantasy V.
Beware things
Sweet.
gonna be.
Oh, I can watch it, but I just can't hear it. Oh, this is an Outer Wilds clip.
Okay, thankfully I looked and saw the fart coming. If I didn't, I would have like
Ooh,
shat my
okay.
actual self by like being scared.
I
The
love your
reverb
little
on this
overlay,
cave,
little
I know,
Frankie.
right?
It's so cute, dude. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much, y'all. If y'all aren't following little Frankie, make sure you go check him out. He's a real funny dude. Like he cracks me up. He's a real funny guy. But welcome in. Also, fellow member of the Beeple, which is the stream team I'm a part of. What a wild place this Twitter space is. Twitch. I can't speak today. We've already. Oh man. Oh boy. Welcome in, Raiders. In case this is your first time here, I'm Timber the Wizard. I'm a variety streamer. My pronouns are he, him. I'm a neurodivergent individual, as you might be able to tell, because it's just all over my stuff. It's just like it's in the description, it's in the title, it's in the tags, it's all over the place. And yeah, we're doing ADHDesign today. We're looking at Devil Fruit stuff from One Piece, and I'm trying to make it into the D&D thing, and it's kind of working. We're playing with it a little bit. It's a little weird. This is like one of my first design streams that we're doing. It's fun. We're having a good time. But yeah, we do all kinds of fun stuff around here. So if you want to be a part of the magic, feel free to hit that follow button so you know when we go live. But thank you again, little Frankie. How was Final Fantasy 5th? How was Final Fantasy 5? I really should play more Final Fantasy style games. I feel like my attention span has gotten real bad in terms of like narratively driven games where I have a hard time paying attention to dialogue for a long time. Like when I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I'm playing a game, I want to play the game, and sometimes when I'm watching a movie or a show, I want to watch the movie or the show. And so like I've been having recently like a little bit of block getting into like actually narratively like driven games where I have to go and talk to people a lot because I'm just like feeling anxious, I guess. Like I want to I just want to fuck shit up. Unveil the PNG tuber. That's so cool. Is it Oddish? Is it the Oddish? I wouldn't be surprised. Oddish is my favorite Pokemon, and I know Oddish is one of, if not, Little Frankie's favorite Pokemon. So on that level alone, we're already best friends. So, and I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. And then I think so just pivoting slightly back. I think we'll just make this. You can do wild shape equal to proficiency bonus. Oop. Oh god, what did I do? Here we go. Oh. In bestial form for as many hours equal proficiency bonus. But yeah, welcome in. So we're doing some devil fruit stuff. So basically, to everyone who just came in, a devil fruit is an object from the manga and anime One Piece, which is all about this kid whose name is Monkey D. Luffy, and he is aspiring to become king of the pirates. And when he was a young lad, he ate a special type of devil fruit called the Gum Gum fruit, which turned his body to rubber and he sacrificed his ability to swim for it. So one of the main concepts of the devil fruit is that you are sacrificing your ability to swim, which is a big deal in this seafaring world, for this power of the devil fruit. And devil fruit come in a variety of shapes and sizes. They come in 3 major forms: Logia, Zoan, and Paramecia. And Logia is like your elemental types. So these are devil fruit that will turn upon eating it, you'll turn into flame, or you'll be able to become lightning, or stuff like that. Zoan is bestial themed devil fruit. So usually when you eat a Zoan type devil fruit, you can turn into a humanoid. You have your human form, right? Your normal person form. And then you also have a hybrid form, which takes on bestial aspects of the type of devil fruit that you consumed, as well as a pure beast form where you can just do a full shift change into that beast. And then the final type is Paramecia type, which is basically everything else. Like everything else that doesn't fit into those other 2 categories basically comes down to being a Paramecia type. And then you have all kinds of wacky people who have all sorts of strange and wild abilities. Like Luffy, for example, him being made out of rubber is considered Paramecia type. Buggy is another pirate who's like themed after a clown. His body can come apart in segments and all kinds of wild stuff. Another character whose name is Robin Nico, she can make her body and aspects of her body flower from any part, anywhere. So she can make like her hands come out of walls and stuff like that and grab onto stuff. She can make limbs flower out of your back and like grapple you and stuff like that. She's very strong. So in terms of design, I'm thinking about like, we're going to start with the 2 easier, more formatted types of the Logia and the Zoan type, and then we're going to dive into like the more ridiculous over the top Paramecia. Now she can do anything. Nico Robin, your wife, god, why am I not surprised that Domino loves Robin Nico, or Nico Robin? Like, I probably should let me put her name the correct way. That is the most Dom character I can imagine. She's just like such a girl boss who is like, yeah, I'm involved in like a secret conspiracy about like the secret nature of reality or whatever. But it's not a big deal. That's like the most Domino character. Welcome in, Dom. Thank you for shouting out Dom. Nico Robin is great. I really like Nico. I really like Robin. Yeah, she can do all kinds of stuff. It doesn't have to just be hands. She can make legs appear out of stuff. Like, so if you need like at one point, like she lifts something up by having legs appear underneath it and then it just walks away. She's also really good at spying because she can make her eyes and her ears just appear onto surfaces of stuff. And so she can have spies and stuff in various places. Robin also gets some really wild abilities later on, but I won't talk too much about it. But so kind of similar, I think, on that level of like scale as well would be pretty cool. Also, Domino, didn't you just join the Beeple officially as well? Welcome into the Beeple. Super excited to have you, my friend. Who wouldn't love the woman who can make more of herself anywhere, anytime? Anytime. Yet another unrealistic standard for women. Oh man, Raj from killing me. That's real good. She's a cool character. Yes, you're an officially a beeple. One of us. Geebo gobble, geebo gobble, ooba bubba. Yeah, welcome in. I'm excited that I'm excited about that. Robin is a good character. Though if I had to guess, I think Raj would really like Nami. I think Nami would. I think Raj would enjoy Nami quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, it was sad. Like the letter was sad, but I also thought it was like nice and kind of cute and sweet. What's wrong with that? Because it's like the context of it is like your type is obvious, okay? Oh man, I'm trying to think. Third, like I feel like you'll accept it. I feel like eventually, like, you know, it's way into it, but eventually, like, when Trafalgar Law shows up, I feel like Reich would really like Traffy. I bet Domino will sign off on that too. I feel like that makes sense. But anyway, so let's see. So where are we at currently in this? We're about halfway into tier 2. I'm trying to think what would be like good higher tier abilities for this, because like this is obviously like obviously increases to a D8. Oops. Damage die increases to D8, and then D10 here. Who doesn't like Law, though? I mean, that's a good point. I do really like Law. He's one of those characters who it's like, I don't know how Oda does it. He does it so consistently, too, where it's like, he will start an arc, and I will be like, man, I fucking hate this character. Like, this character sucks. I really, really don't like them. And then by the end of the arc, I'm like, man, this character's fucking pog as hell. I love this character. This character is great. I can't wait for this character to be in the show more. Give me more of this character. And I'm like, wait, like 30 episodes ago, I hated this guy. How did he do that? How did he make me like this character? And he does it so consistently too. It's like every arc, he's like, man, this character's a bastard. Just kidding. He's got a heart of gold and you secretly love him. Son of a bitch, Oda. How do you do it? And then the character dies. Dude, right. You would love One Piece if you'd like it. It's real long, but like, there are so many moments. And it's like, part of the reason why the show is so good is because it is so long. And you have these moments where it's like an episode like sets up this character as a villain, and then like 300 or 400 episodes later they come back and you're like, wow, that person is like cool now. What? I like this person now and they're helping. What? Yeah, it's cool. It's there's some real neat stuff going on. Delinquents with Heart of Gold. Yeah, it's real long. Most manga end their run in like 4 to 5 years if they survive the beginning. Yeah, I was hearing that. Like, wasn't like 2 different shows like ending? Like, wasn't like can't remember what it was, but like it was like right as episode 1000 of One Piece was dropping. It was like 2 other shows were ending. I think it was like, I can't remember what they were at this point, but it was like a big deal. It was like the end of like 2 huge shows. Was it Inuyasha? No, that's been over for ages. I can't remember. 26 episodes of perfect anime. Naruto and Bleach, that was it. Mistrich with the big brain. Yeah. Gurren Lagann, I will admit, is maybe my favorite anime though. But I feel like, I just kind of feel like if you're anything by Trigger is kind of like a little cheating. You know what I mean? Because Trigger makes some really, really good stuff. I also really like Kill la Kill too. Although that has some issues with it that I feel like are fairly obvious. Yeah, Gurren Lagann slaps. I really, really like Gurren Lagann. Fruits Basket. It's not for me. It's not for me. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, and I think it's just like, it's just not my vibe. And I think that that's a reasonable thing to say. I don't think every anime needs to be made for every person. Just like I don't think every book or every story or whatever. Like, you can like something and it not have necessarily mainstream appeal, or not everybody needs to like the thing. I think Machine Gun Kelly is a perfect example of that for you as well, right, HQ? Because it's like, you like what you like and fuck what other people say. Fuck it. I haven't watched My Little Witch Academia, but I've heard that one's very good. Yeah, I like Kill la Kill. It's just like, there are a lot of questionable decisions that were made that go towards the quote-unquote narrative, but I don't know. It feels like a little bit of a bit of a piece of its time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know if it would be, made nowadays. If you know what I mean. Definitely not the way that it was made. Like, definitely not the execution. I'm not doing it on purpose, right? I'm sorry. Not all Trigger animes are 100 hits, but you're right. Yeah, I think Trigger makes some real good stuff. I haven't watched Trigun either, and I hear Trigun is excellent. I mean, I'm sure that, of course, I'm not surprised that you love Boa Hancock, Dom. I love Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock is probably my favorite female character on the show. I love Boa. She is so good. She is great. I wouldn't be surprised that there are in-depth characters in Fruits Basket. I almost said Facebook. There are in-depth characters on Facebook. Yeah, I'm sure there are. It's just like not really my vibe, I think. Yeah, I really love Boa. Boa is I think my favorite female character on the show. Like, she's real good. Just like she is like the most absurd character, and I love it. Like the pose that she does, the one that I'm talking about, Domino, when she's looking so far down her nose at someone when she's that she's looking up. That's like my favorite fucking pose. I love it. I have not watched Darling in the Franxx. I have heard mixed things about it. That is the main thing that I have heard, is that it half hit the mark, and it kind of did it. I have not watched it personally, so I cannot say. Yeah, I don't really know. It's been a while since I actually tried watching an episode of Fruits Basket, and it was a long time ago at this point, and I was not the most engaged with the medium at the time. But am I wrong in believing that it's about a host club, or am I thinking of something else? Because I know there's some aspect of Fruits Basket where it's like people in the show, characters in the show are like reincarnations or aspects of like the Zodiac or something like that. But I don't really. Oh, that's Oron Host Club. The name Oron Host Club fucking flashed to the front of my prefrontal branular cortex in an instant before you said that. And I was like, am I thinking of something else? That's what I love about the relationship, though, Dom, is that like in my mind, Luffy he's a neurodivergent icon, and he is a militant asexual. You know what I mean? Luffy just does not understand. Like, he's just like, I'm not like to him, he just wants food and to become king of the pirates. He's like, he doesn't understand to me, that's like a core aspect of his personality, right? Where he's just like, he treats everybody equal, especially women, because he has no concept of desire or anything like that. He's just like, yeah, you're just like you're like my bro. You know what I mean? Like, Luffy is 100% ace. I would absolutely agree. I co-signed that 100%. And Luffy is 100% a neurodivergent icon too. Like, there are so many things that will happen during the course of the show where I'm like, man, that is like so fucking relatable. Like Luffy, Goku, Mario. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And I think like Luffy is super ace, absolutely, right? I like there's like so many moments in the show. Like there was one moment during the Alabaster Kingdom arc where Luffy is like being explained to like how the green powder works. So in Alabaster Kingdom arc, Alabaster Kingdom is a desert country, and they were having a big issue because the rain wouldn't fall anymore, and there was this special type of powder called rain powder, which was green and you could burn, and it would like summon the clouds to whatever spot that you burned it out. But the problem was that if you did that, you would steal the moisture from somewhere else in the world, so basically it would cause the drought and the problem to come downstream. And so during like at one point in the story, Luffy meets a dude who has a bunch of this green powder, and Luffy, I think he ate it all accidentally, and the guy is like explaining to him like why that was such a big deal, and like the guy's going through this monologue, and we see it from Luffy's perspective, and from Luffy's perspective, time like elapses, and he's like talking like this, and he's like really really fast, and he's like explaining everything, and Luffy is just like not paying attention, and then the guy finishes talking, and Luffy goes, "Gotcha, it's magic powder. Great, good to know." And then the old man is just like, "Oh man, he didn't listen to a word he said." "Yeah, it's magic powder, buddy." It's so good. Oh man, it's just absolutely he is 100% a neurodivergent icon, and I love it. He doesn't know what kissing is. Fruits Basket is the one with the girl who recently lost her mom, who was camping out by herself, trying to make the best of the situation, and nearby people were like, "You can't stay in the forest," and convince her to stay with them. And then all the characters unravel from. Oh yeah, I vaguely yeah. And then she lives with them for like a while, and they're like the Zodiac or something kind of odd. It's exactly my shit with sadness, hope, and turning into animals. Very predictable. Memory erasing thing. Really? That's a pull from Fruits Basket? Really? Capsule Corp can help with the money. And yet the family still lives in poverty.